Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Finding Proof live show. This week, it's a Sunday, not a Thursday, but I'm coming to you today to make up for missing out on Thursday. You might be able to tell in my voice I was a little unwell. Now, I am not only not on our usual day, I'm also not in my usual surroundings. I have taken some time out of my business to work on my business. Now, this is a concept that I have spoken about before, but I think it's a concept that is never, I don't think we can talk about it enough. Your business will not thrive unless you take time out of it to work on it. Hi Jen, welcome. Because when we take time away from the every single day, the phone ringing, the emails going, the people knocking on your office door, the photocopier not working, the toilet flooding, when we don't take time away from those things, what happens? We don't get anything done. Now, I'm in the middle of planning some training packages for mental health professionals, and these training packages have been on the boil, on the back burner, in my head for months and months. One of them in particular all year, pretty much. Why hasn't it happened yet? Because I have been so busy with my business that I haven't been able to work on the things for my business to take it to that next level. So the next level in my business is, I've talked about the idea of us being a teaching clinic, and we've got some graduate programs that we're offering, but I'm also offering training packages to mental health professionals. And further down the track, of course, is my Finding Proof program, which is open to everybody, and that's going to be special. That's next year. But I need to take time out away from my business to work on, to strategize, to get stuff finished. Otherwise, I stagnate. I get burnt out. My business is treading water and nobody gets anything done. So I've got a bunch of you saying hello. Maybe, the Sunday afternoon Finding Proof live show is the go. There's a bit of music going on in the background. We're very, very relaxed. So now where am I? I haven't even told you where I am. It's a bit of a secret space. I had to get instructions to find this place. I had to follow. It was almost like a treasure map. I had to follow the instructions. I had to get the key from the secret little lockbox. I had to go through 4 separate little gates on a farm to end up here on the beautiful east coast of Tasmania. I am at the delightful Talia Haven. Now, if you want to follow in my footsteps and come and stay here yourself, Thalia Haven on the east coast of Tasmania near Swansea. And this is right smack in the middle of one of our rural outreach locations. So how spoiled are we to have this as part of our working environment? So while I'm up here, I'm actually hoping, I've got all my fingers and toes crossed, that a couple of our key referring GPs in the region are actually going to be available for me to pop in and say hello to, because I would love to touch base with them and say hi. But while I'm here, there are some key things that I'm going to be working on. Now, right at the start of the show now, I'm talking about taking time away from your business to be able to work on your business. I think there are 2 reasons why this is so important. The first I've already mentioned is to get shit done. Get stuff finished. Get your to-do list addressed. The second is thinking time. You need time where you're away from the everyday, where you're in a space that allows you room to breathe, room to think, room to just let your thoughts wander while you're plugging away at emptying your inbox or plugging away at finishing the training packages that I'm trying to finish off, whatever it is that I'm doing. Now, I just arrived this afternoon and I'll be here until Wednesday morning. So excited. And if you have a look at my Facebook profile in about 10 minutes after I finish the live show today, you get a treat because I'll be showing people around. Now, when I'm on a working retreat, now I run working retreats, and I've also been an attendee on working retreats run by my business mentor. Working retreats are an astounding experience because what they do is they allow you to unlock ideas, and they allow you to churn through a whole bunch of stuff that you've been hoping to get done but hadn't gotten to, as I said before. What I have decided to do as part of my business is I'm here not by myself, as much of a treat as that would be. I'm here with my principal psychologist from my practice, Kath. Now, Kath and I have got a raging to-do list of things that we want to get achieved for our practice. We've got our brand new graduate program that we're interviewing for in a couple of weeks, and we need to get some clarity around what that's going to look like for us as the supervisors of those new graduates. So Kath and I are stepping away from the business, away from the day-to-day needs of the practice to get our to-do list done. I'll be doing some work of my own. Kath will be doing some work of her own as well. But for me, as a business owner, I know the value of this kind of retreat time because I've had quite a bit of working on retreats this year, and I know that I have grown as a business owner partly because of that, by taking the time out to focus. Focus is so important. So how do you do this? How do you have a business retreat? What about when you're struggling for cash in your business? What about when you're struggling for time away from your family? All of those pressures that are on you as a business owner or an entrepreneur, that are on you to keep the wheels turning. So it can come down to a mindset thing. It is about being very clear on what are my goals for my business and what's in the way of me achieving those goals. And then asking yourself the question, does a financial investment and a time investment get me further ahead with my goals? So, Talia Haven, it's not the cheap flea-bitten hotel down the road. It's a beautiful space to retreat to. When you put money and time and effort into doing something like this in your business, it ups the ante because you need to be really clear why you're doing it. So, for example, I've brought a ton of things to be done. I'll probably get half of them done, and if I get half of them done, I'll be thrilled because there's such a big list of things for me to do while I'm here. But I know that the time away from my business for me and Kath is a significant issue for my business to have us both out of the office for a few days. I need to respect that. I need to respect that my team back in Hobart are still chugging away doing what they're doing in our absence. So I need to respect that it's not just a time investment for me and Kath to be here on retreat. It's an investment from the rest of my team to keep doing stuff without our presence there. So I have to honour that, and I have to respect that, and I have to make sure I get stuff done while I'm here. So that's number one. Number two, the financial investment. It needs to be, if it costs me $5 to be here, I'm not going to take it as seriously. So for me, the fact that this is a really special location, a really special place, not the kind of thing you're going to do every 5 minutes, again, it ups the ante. I need to suck the juice out of every minute that I'm here and make sure that I absolutely utilise the privilege of being here. Now, I could easily just treat it as a holiday or a junket. But for me, it disrespects myself, it disrespects my business, it disrespects my team and the hard work that they do. There needs to be an absolutely valid reason for why I take time away from my business in a gorgeous location to work on stuff. If I took 4 days at home to work on stuff, would I get anything done? No. You should see the state of my lounge room at the moment. You should see the mountains of washing that materialise out of nowhere in my house. So no, I wouldn't get the same amount of work done. And that's why I haven't been able to do what's on my to-do list yet. Because I haven't stepped out. I haven't upped the ante for myself. I haven't made a commitment of dedicated time. And dedicated time is so valuable as business owners. I've talked in the past about untouchable time. And that is time when you are not contactable, you are focused on what you're doing. And it might be that I might spend an afternoon working at a cafe with my phone switched off. For me, that's untouchable time, and I do that as often as I can. Not as often these days as I used to be able to swing it, but I aim for about once a week doing something like that. That's a short burst, and that gets my inbox cleared. That gets my email sorted. Something like a working retreat where you know that you've got an agenda, you've got a list a mile long of the stuff that you need to do, and you know that it's been driving you bananas not being able to get it done before now. When you step right out and put yourself, it's like, it reminds me of stories of, in the olden days, really olden days, when scholars used to travel and they would go and stay in a monastery to study. That's what it reminds me of, like a refuge, like a place where you can go and be and get stuff done and achieve something that at the end of your time you walk away really proud of having gotten all that stuff done. So I make myself accountable. So last week, was it last week? Anyway, I've had the flu. Time means nothing to me. But, within the last few days, I made a formal announcement. It was yesterday morning, actually. I made a formal announcement of launch dates for my training packages that I'm here to work on. So having set those dates and having made those dates known means I'm accountable. My time here must be productive, because otherwise I've publicly made an announcement that I'll be very embarrassed if I don't follow through on. So when I take time away from my business, or when you take time away from your business, there's got to be like a big prize at the end of it. There's got to be a valid goal that you're striving to achieve. That will get you there in the first place. That will get you taking the time out because you so desperately want to achieve that thing. But also the reward is so huge when you've achieved it. So that will reinforce the value of making the investment, both financially and time-wise, in taking that time out for yourself. So like I said before, I run retreats for mental health professionals. So usually they're private practice owners. And for me, watching people make progress in such a short period of time is gold. So I know how important it is for other people to be able to do that, and I certainly know how important it is for me to do it as well. So I encourage each of you have a think about what it is that you've got on your to-do list that you've not been achieving because you can't find the time, you can't find the space, you can't find the absence of distractions. How can you make that work for yourself? Where could you go? Where could you be? It might be that you have a family friend who's got a shack that you could go to a holiday house that you could go to for a weekend just to concentrate. Or it might be that there's a favourite cafe down the road that's got a quiet corner that you could spend a day. Have a think. How can you take time out of your everyday to achieve your goals? They might be big goals like I've got this weekend, or it might be just little everyday goals like clearing out your inbox. What a joy is it to have an empty inbox? I actually can't tell you the last time I had an empty inbox, but we all do our best, don't we? So remember that you have the capacity to make these things work for yourself. And when you action them, when you make that investment, you'll find the proof that you can achieve big goals in a short space of time if you give yourself that dedicated time away from the everyday of your business. So, your homework. Go away. Have a think about your goals. Have a think about what's on your to-do list. Have a think about just how proud of yourself you would feel if you achieved those things, and then have a think about how you're going to action that idea of taking time out of your business to mind your business, to look after your business, to work on your business. It's very hard to work on your business when you're so busy working in it. That's it from me today. Have a fabulous rest of your weekend. I look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Bye-bye for now.